afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacaster one. Me, your host, Imperial Lane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an absolutely spectacular 1v1 on Faymonville Approach. In these, it's VonAsten, the Dutch demon, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision versus in the West, it is DevM, the Portuguese man of war, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Taking on the role here of the 1st Infantry or Armored Division, we've got here Special Operations, Fortifications and Overwatch versus Heavy Cavalry, Tactical Support and Mechanized. And DevM is going for a highly unusual 4 re-echelon opening. Interesting. Noting by the way, both sides has triple infantry bulletins. Still, so many reasons. Of course, it allows DevM to seize a lot of territory very fast compared to his opponent. Of course, on the other hand, he's going to be a bit in a weak spot there against a lot of 1 versus 1 in 1 versus 1 engagement. There's VonAsten's infantry, of course, who can't overwhelm the Volksgrenadiers, and the Sturmpani is isolated. Maybe he has a chance there, but it's something a bit tricky here. And he's certainly, I think, to an extent, hoping that VonAsten's not going to play hyper aggressively here versus DevM and try and lock down hard points. First engagement here, second one over here. Lots of shots being fired here, and again, it's M1 carbines versus assault rifles. The Sturmpani taking some damage here, though. From all the re-echelons, they're slowly whittling down the Sturmpanis, who aren't actually very good at range. Theoretically, the re-echelons can actually just keep them at distance. They can actually win against the Sturmpanis. So obviously, they're down to half health, lost a man, and the re-echelons, in fact, wearing them down. So, shows what you can do if you're DevM. Sturmpanis down to 2 men. We've got 40 charging at the re-echelon still. He's still at it up here. He's still refusing to not murder them there, guys. And then forced to retreat here still. He ended up doing a bunch of damage with all these re-echelons. Here the fighting continues between the Volks and the re-echelons. The re-echelons here have also managed to gain a kill. If we were to flank from the, I think, the rear, he might have a chance as the Volksgrenadiers. More sending out there. We got very fast take up here for DevM with the Lieutenant already on the way. We'll have to see the ghost then straight for the Captain. 50 calibers of what it's going to be here versus VonAsten. Quickly veers off there again. I think he's going to try and flank up here, but I guess he might have been too close to the Volksgrenadiers then. Re-echelons moving up, he's trying to gauge in. There goes Sturmpani. It's on their own by the fuel point. The re-echelons go in. The re-echelons strike, and the Sturmpani has low health there. Go quickly backs off though, since they're low in health and at close range. The Sturmpani should still have a decent chance versus them. Fighting continues over here. Lieutenant almost down there. We got a lot of Volksgrenadiers there for VonAsten, as I think he's got a good read there on what DevM is doing, and certainly in that regard, just getting a lot of Volksgrenadiers to counter that fast is, definitely one of the ways to try and deal with it. So we'll have to see how that works out. There we go. Volks squad out here for VonAsten. Continued skirmishing there. Re-echelon sitting up, very low in health. And we got the 5th cab on the way here for DevM. Trying to use volley fire to stop the Volks. Actually managed to suppress them, but in the end he will have to fall back. Lieutenant they're setting up. 5th cab there slowly approaching. And he's back here. More skirmishing. Re-echelons backing off here, leaving this standoff just to continue. A very slow one. VonAsten digging around here again, trying to prevent any more pushes here by DevM, but DevM of course does not relent. He does not give up. Sturmpani is finally being routed, heading up with the car front here, sneaking up behind VonAsten, very good. Continue to shoot out here. And we got a truck out there for VonAsten. Will be mechanized, will be Battle Group headquarters. Watch and find out. Lieutenant moving in here, catching the folks in a bit of an awkward spot as they're moving in to react to the car front. There's a good force out there with DevM, of course, figuring out here how VonAsten would react most likely. And then some counter moves. Now we got 50 calibers on the way there, not just 1, but 2 here for DevM. Very interesting strategy. Looks like to be a sort of here again heavy re-echelon strategy, then backed up by machine guns, getting essentially a lot of cheap infantry, just infantry light stuff. Just quickly sees with sip around grab points and stolen delay, while he then brings up the 5th caliber, then do sort of most of the heavier work here. And there go Volksgrenadiers up here. Caught by the 5th caliber, 10 versus the Volks goes up close. The 10 he should have a decent shot at against them. Though he does have incendiary grenades up now, and there you go, pops one. Volks are there routed. I mean, so far though, DevM has not been able to secure a lot of fuel, so that's slightly not in his favour, compared to VonAsten's favour. But there we go. First doctrine chosen is Spec Ops here for VonAsten. It is Mechanized Regiment, so looks like it's going to be the usual command Panther stall. DevM, meanwhile, is just swarming forward, choosing again the large number of troops he's got here. And there you go, Volks caught here by the 5th cab out in the open, quickly suppressed and taking some damage. Sturmpani is moving in from the other side. The 5th caliber there is more in the centre to help deal with VonAsten's infantry. And there you go, pops an incendiary grenade here. VonAsten's 5th caliber was a bit slow in setting up there. Almost got that southern fuel point there, in control of America. Well, controlled by America up here, troops reinforcing. We'll have to see what DevM goes for next. I mean, Doxing, he does have some options, but it's hard to say which option he's going to choose because this is very much in off the usual beaten path strategy. And there you go, we got tactical support. Haven't seen that Doxing in quite some time. Yet here we are with DevM, though. I suppose we shouldn't be surprised again with 4 re-echelons and double 50 calibers that we're suddenly, standing with tactical support. So I imagine at least be some of the re-echelons have been equipped with Browning light machine guns as soon as he can. Ambulance following up, this certainly could use that. 50 caliber flanking up here on VonAsten troops, very nice. Fulton moving up into counter-attack by the re-echelons there, and we got the ambulance out there. 50 caliber's going to catch the 2 Fulton squads in a bad spot. We got the on here further assisting here, DevM versus VonAsten's forces. MG34 therefore VonAsten that contain DevM's infantry, and maybe also some of his machine guns for slowing them up down a bit. Body fire again here, nice use of it. Quickly getting focused down, but even then, it means the 50 caliber's time to set up against the Sturm Pioneers. Sturm Pioneers that end up getting suppressed, and that means they're now suppressed against reasons up close. Whew, I mean, this is some intense stuff here, and DevM is handling this beautifully. I mean, this again is a highly unorthodox strategy, but he's so far slightly pulling it off. I mean, it's not going easily and super smoothly, but he's actually slowly doing it. Of course, now the big problem is VonAsten, of course, are going to push for the looks, and DevM has oh, he's got the weapon racks unlocked, meaning he can go for bazookas to stop this. And he's going to need bazookas because he's going to need bazookas. Since, otherwise he's got nothing else. I mean, theoretically, if he's really insane, he could try and hope to catch the looks between several 50 calibers with armor-piercing rounds, but at that point, we might as well just strap DevM into a straitjacket because then he's really just gone off the deep end. Close to 900, the 50 caliber quickly suppressed here by the 50 caliber, the Mardus. Usually, I think there's roughly about 1 per company. It was a platoon, I can't quite remember whether there's usually sort of 1 attached there to sort of assist. I think company, they might have 1 in their heavy weapons platoon. That's a fun note. Troops being held here by the 5th caliber on the south, closing the veterans 1. Reactions there suppressing and dealing with the full screen. No mind, they are the 5th caliber up here. MG34, apparently briefly counter there to open up for the looks. Then he's going for the MG34 again. We've got 1 bazooka team out here for DevM. He will likely need more. We've got the lieutenant here with the Browning light machine gun, increasing his firepower notably. Ooh, 50 caliber caught in a pretty bad spot by the Fulton. Quick incendiary grenade here. VonAsten goes in hard and up here. Reactions versus the looks. Losing the northern point there to VonAsten and the Panzerlehr. And there you go, Lieutenant immediately unleashes a withering storm of fire against the Sturm Pioneers with the Brown light machine and everything else. These doing some heavy damage. Sturm Pioneers already down to 2 men less than half health. Bazooka team moving forward to deal with that. And we got the second Bazooka team up as well. Grenade assault here as VonAsten tries to push with the Lieutenant, and the Reactions end up binding with Das, but now the Lux is taking bazooka hits. Fighting continues up here. Sturm Pioneers falling back here as the Volksgunners are taking a full whipping here from the Lieutenant with his light machine gun. Very intense stuff there. Fulton's out there for VonAsten. Got to move more troops to deal with that. And up north, the Bazooka team turns here. VonAsten might have pushed his luck too far and could end up being punished, but there you go. He's going to escape from here using the Fultons to block off the path. So very close shave there for VonAsten, to be honest. Lieutenant hammering away there. We got the 5th Cavalry with the Fultons advancing, but they're going to pop a grenade there through and force out DevM. Oh dear, close to losing a unit here. But no, get suppressed in time by the MG34. Bit of good luck there for VonAsten. Up north, continue fighting, and we got DevM going for a 3rd 5th Cavalry here versus VonAsten. That's a lot of heavy machine guns. 5th Cavalry hanging back, troops are healing, reinforcing. Fult's going to deal setting up, moving up here towards the centre victory point. Back here, troops reinforcing. We got the repair pioneers somewhere there for VonAsten to help deal with this look, so he doesn't have to use the Sturm Pioneers all the time for that, allowing VonAsten to free up a bit more space mentally for doing other things. And of course, just use the Sturm Pioneers for combat operations. So there you go, Bazooka team's once on the move. I believe he's added another Bazooka to that team as well. Looks being repaired, troops reinforcing. Hard to say what VonAsten's planning. There you go, big push, MG34 and 150 caliber. We got more troops coming up, we got more 50 caliber joining in there. So they could flank up from the north and hit the 50 caliber there from the side. That looks like exactly what I was going to do here. Other 50 caliber up here from the south as well. MG34 inside the house are getting absolutely plastered with 50 caliber. Fine, there you go, grenade off here on the 50 caliber, pushing that one away. Bazooka team's moving up here at the suppressed Volksgrenadiers. Going to probably try and clear them up close. MG34 is losing out to the double 50 calibers and simply cannot match the firepower even inside, garrison cover there, it's just not enough. Lieutenant pushing back here after finally grabbing the fuel point there for DevM. Looks charging in, trying to stay clear here of the bazooka teams, which of course quickly rendered the Looks in a very bad spot and possibly even taken out there if anything goes wrong then for VonAsten here. And DevM seems to realise what's going to happen here, so we're going to try and move in here to sort of cut off the Looks retreat path and at least get some bazooka damage in. But VonAsten of course has seen through that and quickly moves up Infantry to screen the Looks' retreat path there. Nice play there with VonAsten and DevM as they are both looking to outwit the other one. Some high level plays here. We got 50 these two. Might want to try and set up here, but he might not be expecting VonAsten to make a straight push for the fuel there. Lieutenant 50 cars moving out here, and we got the captain for DevM. So he's probably going to use the captain as an additional infantry unit, probably also not fantastic tank guns, maybe a pack howitzer, for they're being suppressed by the 50 caliber, and Lieutenant with the other 50 caliber joins in. Bazooka teams again going for the Looks. Up north, bit of pressure there from DevM, realising there's a north, VonAsten there has slightly forgotten about the north, it's also forgotten about this point a bit awkwardly. Another MD-54 for VonAsten. Probably help contain the bazooka teams to make his Looks a bit more freely movable by setting up zones where the bazooka teams can't easily just move up and bazooka his Looks. We'll have to see what happens next in the south here. 50 caliber is seizing a lot of territory while the lieutenant remains in the side of the house. An interesting move there, but probably because the lieutenant can most quickly get out of the building, whereas say a 50 caliber is going to take a bit longer to get out safely, so that could possibly be the reason they are doing stuffing that one instead of the 50 calibers. Coming up, you're going to take air fire from Lieutenant up close, but grenade assault there, and DevM there, of course, appropriately reacts by getting his men the hell out of dodge. Up north here, Fulton's standing about there, and further up north, Pearson's falling back as they encounter some nasty Fulton grenadiers, noting none have been upgraded yet here for VonAsten. Big push in the south, the Student Pioneer Fulton's got the 5th caliber moving up here with armor piercing rounds as well. Oh, the other Bazooka team's arriving, and no. Got the Looks there. Looks like the 50 caliber there was actually able to do some heavy damage to VonAsten. Perhaps didn't quite realise it was happening. Or something else happened. Either way though, Looks is gone. He's managed to steal a 50 caliber under DevM's nose, and DevM can't actually prevent this, I think. He's trying though. He's trying, but oh, looks like he's able. Yep, close one there. So then end up being a bit expensive there for VonAsten. The Looks down is a pretty big win there for DevM, who's after the captain, by the way, has gone straight for the Major, using basically the captain again as an extra infantry unit, and then otherwise pushing straight ahead for the Major and tank. So DevM here has got a clear and interesting strategy. I mean, really, this is absolutely amazing play, and certainly much better than I could do, but always something to aspire to be able to do. Anyways, troops are healing and reinforcing. VonAsten then moving ahead as well. The MD-54 Fulton is covering up terrain there as he pushes. Got to try and flank in from the north perhaps, and there you go. Troops opening up there as they charge in. Lieutenant flanking in from the south, but I think that Lieutenant needs to get out of there soon. He's very low on health here. Oh wait, did he actually manage to somehow still get away with 5th caliber? He still managed to steal it in the end. Cheeky. Nice work there by VonAsten. Troops healing reinforcing. We could go for the Scot now, but I think they're just going to push for the Sherman just to establish something a bit more dominant. With a bit more pressure here versus VonAsten. But again, Scott could be a good choice. I mean, the thing to keep in mind here about VonAsten right now is he has absolutely no anti-tank weapons. And if he's playing in it for the Command Panther, he's not going to have a lot of serious threats to, anything. So it's curious to see what's going to end up happening. But again, it does seem like Devin is playing for the Sherman tank. Troops being suppressed here by the 5th car. We got the captain opening up with his Browning as well. Reason's flanking in. He could theoretically upgrade the remaining Reasons there with some Browning and light machine as well. He could add in a 3rd bazooka team. 5th caliber wiped out again. I'm not entirely sure where this one happened. Oh, in the south. DevM handling a lot of things, end up losing a bit of control here, and that's another small win there for VonAsten. Grabbing the northern fuel point here. DevM is getting very close to the Sherman tank here versus VonAsten. Got a kidnap on the way there as VonAsten, I think, is starting to get a good read on the situation. He's likely thinking he's going to get hit by tanks. He doesn't like that, so he wants to get some tanks, some counter weapons for that. And there you go, Captain flanking the 50 caliber here. Doing some heavy damage. 50 caliber there routed. VonAsten's not going to try and stick around for that one. So now VonAsten all of a sudden has gone from just a few machine guns, now having 4 machine guns, 2 German, 2 American. And there we go. DevM adds the Sherman here at the 14-minute mark. And of course he could use the captain to supervise it and push it out fast, but he's obviously preoccupied with the captain at the front line. Pearson's returning in southwards. Now of course there's no sort of real echelon designations, just meant, you know, stuff like cooks, clerks, veterinarians, in the case of the German army, stuff like that. People just doing, you know, non-frontline stuff. In the German army, they were also, in fact, quite commonly put from, particularly as the war progressed, they were usually called Alarmtruppen. They usually just, you know, echelon troops sort of basically pushed in there to the front line stuff. They just, you know, form up some sort of combat unit. Little fun fact there. Sherman on the way there for DevM, almost done.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Photos on the far here from the lieutenant with almost 53 there. There we go, ace level lieutenant. There we go, troops are pressed.
Ready for action.
5th caliber John got full up with a grenade assault. Whoops, apologies there. On the 5th caliber, can he get the remaining one? Nope, not quite. Sherman is setting out. 5th caliber being added as well. Very good, high explosive rounds. He's pretty sure that VonAsten's got no immediate like armoured threats. So he's striking hard here at VonAsten there with the Sherman tank. 1 kill so far. Puts the routed. Small chance of getting wiped out here. Small, but not impossible. Sherman there charging further north, so going for the forces there, taking out a nasty tank over the Membu, almost terminating VonAsten's forces squad. In fact, the first one he upgraded with assault rifles, that was very quickly just getting cleared out. Grenade assault there seemed to absolutely fail. In fact, might have blown up some of their own. Bit awkward there. And what is this? We got a half track for DevM. We got the M5 half track. What madness is this? An American player using a half track. Wow. Worth noting, the Americans are actually not keen on the M5 because it's actually at weaker armor than the M3 half tracks. They would primarily use the M5 as a Lend-Lease half track. There's also another fun fact about it, but it's actually designed to open up having 2 30 caliber machine guns on the sides as well. Actually, I'm out for a lot of machine guns on it that was rarely used. We got air recons out here for DevM, so what is he planning with that? It looks like it's not using the anti-air package, meaning he's going to use it primarily to reinforce his troops, maybe just provide light fire support there with the one front mounted 50 caliber. I mean, either way, this is getting very interesting. Sherman they're pushing against the Vakirna, pushing into the base, could do some heavy damage here to VonAsten if he's not careful. Could also end up losing the Sherman if compared to the DevM is not careful. Still, he's now managed to gain control of most of the map here. VonAsten is a bit on the back foot despite having 4 machine guns. And DevM primarily having a forced combuster reactions. DevM is the one in control of the map. Outstanding stuff. Sherman ahead here, flanking the troops there, hammering away 7 kills. Machine gun increment trolley got the half to there, providing further covering fire. And again, so far no sun upgrade. Troops moving ahead, they're taking fire from the 5th cover on the half deck, getting 1 kill here. And you fed full push back the captain there. The Kevin of those cleared out. Grenades off in the 5th caliber. Major and the lieutenant here with the half there, fun against the Germans here. Could try and call an artillery. There go, caught in the artillery on the German position here behind the sandbags. There go, forcing a retreat. Back here, troops should be reinforcing soon. They are healing. Sherman good to go. They're using the reactions to just quickly get it fixed up. 11 kills so far. Outstanding work there by DevM. So what is VonAsten going to do? I mean, it's clearly just going to wait for the command pan to push that against DevM, but he could end up finding himself needing more than that. We got a 5th anti-tank on the way there for DevM. He's probably starting to expect this. I mean, he's doesn't have to be a mind reader to, you know, be able to figure out what VonAsten's up to, considering that's what VonAsten is going for. It's just the usual Orbital Commander West messaging. The only difference is he hasn't built a battle group headquarters, which is a bit interesting. Anti-tank gun almost done for DevM. And the Saab troop moving ahead. And he's salvaging vehicles there within DevM's territory. Nice there. Trying to give some more fuel. Big push ahead here, straight into the Sherman. The waiting jaws of the lion. 15 kills. Veterans one. That Sherman is just freaking out again from VonAsten. 16 kills. 18 kills. It's just absolutely slaughtering. Captain there getting flashed up with grenades, taking some nasty damage from nothing critical. Stern Pioneer signals. We got just so many casualties. So much damage being inflicted here. Sherman misses for once. Lieutenant here on the side getting suppressed by troops. Not good there. 24 kills though. Incendiary grenade there up north. We got 305 versus 378. Finding around the centre up north here, we got the half still backing up stuff here. Major quick reinforce near it. And here in the south, Sherman pushing back the Fultgunners with a heavy, ruthless fire. Need to engage with the MD out in the open. Maybe wipe that one and steal it back. Or steal it. Liberate it. We turn here flanking the 5th Cavalry there, pushing that back. Half-track moving centrewards, probably to reinforce some troops or maybe something else. Hard to say there. VonAsten there is closing on the Command Panther, but he's also suffering a lot of manpower bleeding due to lack of armor support as he attacks DevM, and that Sherman again is proving to be absolutely crucial in just causing heavy manpower bleed as well. 21 kills already is outstanding work there. More air recons with DevM. I mean, he's just constantly keeping himself clear of what VonAsten is up to, ensuring he can't be surprised. Of course, gives him a better opportunity just to set up his forces correct, so that way stop VonAsten's attack. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Sherman fixed up. Troops heading northwards, make a big push here for the nearest fuel point. Command Panther moving towards the centre. Half-track moving about there. There you go. Anti-tank moving up here, using the air reconnaissance bit there to just easily target it. Machine gun moving up here. Troops flanking northwards as well here. So while DevM is aware of it, he hasn't quite seemed to fully react to it fast enough. At least in some parts, of course, the anti-tank gun, needs to be focused on where the Command Panther's going to strike from. But probably could have moved forward a bit more north. There you go. Grenade assault here. Grierson's with a brown light machine gun closing on the ace level. There you go. Getting a Sturm Pioneer kill. Jackson away there for DevM. Oh dear, I think they might have misclicked, or he just intentionally threw away the Sherman, which seems a bit. Oh, the half-track, which seems a bit weird. Oh, away, half-track down. Bit of a shame there. Still, he used it, I guess. He turned here with 25 kills. 26 kills. 5th Cavalry versus 5th Cavalry here in the centre. VonAsten continues a northern band assault here. Spearheading or rear-heading, I suppose, with the Command Panther continuing his backing forwards with the rear there. Panther there flanking the Sherman, catching DevM there off guard. Oh, snap, he's ordered weapons. I'll hold fire there. But there you go, takes out the ambulance. A bit of a blow there to DevM. Not a big one, but it's an ambulance gone. He's going to have to replace that one. 225 versus 378. Air recons out again here for DevM. Trying to take out the Sherman here, but it's not quite working out. Not quite working out. And there you go, Jackson. They're engaging the Command Panther. In the south, got a bit of a smaller assault here to take advantage of all the fighting in sort of more north half of the map. Hoping that DevM's intention is focused to just make some gains in the south. There you go, grenade assault here, pushing out the machine he's attempting to. Oh no, DevM actually went through the other door. He actually seemed to anticipate that's what's going to happen. That was really bad luck there for VonAsten. Well played by DevM. Troops are suppressed by the 5th Cavalry up close. That is not looking good. In the south, hitting the exit point there, we've got Grierson's, which can't really stop them. Someone's spinning around in the ditch. Sherman there gaining better to go straight for the Kedner for taking advantage of VonAsten making a mistake there, or just weird path. I don't know. Sherman's almost going to go down. That's a bit awkward here. MD-34 on the house, need to be careful. He's really pushing that Sherman ahead. There could have also been mines there, which could have cost him the Sherman pretty fast. Destroying like Kedner who doesn't want it, and doesn't of course want VonAsten getting it back. Oh, the anti-tank runner up, that's pretty good. Here we got Mark vehicle there on the Jackson. Bit of an awkward development there for DevM. Nothing further happening there for VonAsten in terms of tech. He got more air recons. He's really using it consistently here versus VonAsten. Not something you see a lot there from most American players. Well, most players in general, really. Ace 5th Cavalry there tearing apart the forces. They're trying to get up behind the breakage with the 5th Cavalry to maybe pop grenades here. Machine guns that are attacking from the front there. 4 machine guns! If only DevM had some artillery here, he could probably punish those pretty hard. Fortunately for VonAsten, DevM does not, but if he had the Calliope, that would have been quite uncomfortable. And he moved to hit the vehicle a bit too fast there from Sherman. Counter-attack in the centre here, DevM is looking to re-establish control there. Does not want those naughty Nazis to gain control of that. Surely called in, fortunately they're being shot to bits. Seizing the northern fuel.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Troops reinforcing. Paying the Sherman. We got reasons, all that being suppressed at the MB-34, closing a bit to the fever slowly. Fixing the Sherman. Grenade assault against the lieutenant, pushing him out into the open. Ooh, nice hit there from the Sherman, almost taking out the remaining Fultz grenadiers there. 28 kills, virtually 2, very nice work there. Brutal kill tally on that Sherman. Brutal.
The capture point is being overrun.
197 versus 366. VonAsten is definitely lagging behind the victory point here compared to DevM, but he's looking to close that gap once more with the full fury of the Third Reich. Panther moving ahead. Another Sherman there for DevM. Jackson shoots, misses. Bazooka team's moving out. I mean, in theory, he could consider Calliope instead to help deal with some of the VonAsten's bunched up machine guns and whatnot. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what he ends up going for. Calling in the M4 Sherman Calliope. That's going to get a bit uncomfortable there. VonAsten ends up bunching up his forces at any point in time. Like, say, around here. That could be a very nice Calliope target. Jackson there gaining veterans, wandering up for 8-track rounds. Oh, machine. Oh, anti-tank cleared out. Sun machine gun cleared out as well. Calliope firing. Oh, straight here at the Command Panther's ramming area, taking out the machine gun there. Quite something there from losses there for VonAsten. North here we got the captain here. There's the Fultz grenadiers being suppressed by nearby MD-34. So there's a lot of support between Grab there, going naps the 50 calibers there. Regaining theirs from VonAsten. And the tank gun can't be recovered because that's utterly destroyed, but at least it's no longer VonAsten's. Which I'm sure is something DevM would be reasonably satisfied with. Grenade assault on the 50 caliber. Ends up most of them landing right next to doing no critical damage. Showing there 31 kills. 32 kills. He's really doing great work with that one. Up north, the lieutenant with the Fultz grenadiers. 29 kills versus 12. VonAsten, I think, needs to sort of long-term consider bringing up more armor to back up his Command Panther, because as DevM just brings up more and more stuff, the same Command Panther is going to find himself struggling a bit here versus the Americans. More air reconnaissance, again, very, very consistent usage over there. Grabbing the center victory point for America. Calliope moving up once more. Not quite ready yet to fire. North, we got the reasons with the Fultz grenadiers. They're holding up nicely still. Command Panther moving ahead there, close to Victory 2. Nice there for VonAsten. Ooh, Sherman spectacularly misses and just move there against the Fultz grenadiers. Almost got a wipe then. Oh dear God, another ambulance. VonAsten makes another raid, taking out another of DevM's ambulances. Sneaky VonAsten there, very sneaky. Oh! Might even get the reactions there. We go the ultimate reactions wipe. Bit of a blow there to DevM. DevM still has a very large force, but taking out an ambulance in the reaction squad does help a bit here for VonAsten. Quick barrage there, VonAsten taking up. Likely it's going to be a scrap hunter's quarter. I mean, he could go for the Battlegroup headquarters, but that's not going to get him what tanks to back up the Command Panther. So I'm assuming it's going to be a Shroud Planted quarters here. The way he's going to position is a bit harder to say. Sherman halfway to the east over there, 34 kills. Fultz moving head right in front of the Sherman again, bunched up. Need to be careful about that. Nasty hit there, 37 kills. Got Fultz charting up. We got Captain there. We got Tip Cups prodding the Sherman. There we go, pushing them back. 38 kills. Again, for quickly falling back as it does not want to be target practice. DevM going there for a third ambulance. And now he's engaging the Mechanized Regiment headquarters, looking to destroy it. Cheeky play there by DevM. Also put some pressure there psychological on VonAsten. All of a sudden his base is under attack. Down to half health already. Plus, I mean, if you can get rid of it, of course, it removes his, source of repair pioneers, which is then how to capture a place. Command Panther near the close to Veteran 2. Up north, we got the 3rd ambulance out there. The assault in the center, Jackson down to half health, Sherman half health. Shoots, misses, infantry continue to push through in the south here as well. Now that poor bastard there spinning around on his own corpse. Panther pushing up close to the super teams, opening up machine gun teams. Sherman there following back up with Jackson. Sherman almost down here, very close, but it's 42 kills and almost ace level. Just look at that Sherman go. He's absolutely amazing. He's actually spinning faster now. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a rocket, baby, right round, right round. Stop showing off, Helmut, and just die with some grace, you idiot. Fixing out the Sherman. Air recons again. I think that's his 6th or 7th, maybe 8th time he's used that. VonAsten 175 versus DevM's 321. Can find the Calliope again, and he's going for it. Fine here, close to the mechanized range, but also the cannon for there, exploding the crew into tiny, tiny chunks. Still spinning. I love that physics engine. Now it's starting to look like he's spinning faster again. Push here for the center captain, turning up to block off the entrance there. Troops there being pushed back. Up north, they're putting a bit of pressure there with the major. They probably want to reinforce that one if he can. He's certainly close to being almost at full pop cap here. I mean, he does feel himself, he's got too many resources. He could, too much pop there and can't use resources or anything else. Could a bit of fighting position to help with hold ground here versus VonAsten. And there goes Sherman, gains ace level, 43 kills. Wipes the kidnapper. Just as VonAsten trying to gain it back there. Nice play, Jackson at 22. But really, 44 kills on the Sherman, ace level. I mean, it really shows what Sherman can do with the high explosive rounds. I mean, those are absolutely amazing. Captain watching on the center, troops here healing and reinforcing. Lieutenant there at 30 kills, very nice. VonAsten continue to go for Panzer IV. You could also go for another Panther. You could go for a Yak Panther. There's certainly a few options there. Panzer IV would be helpful as the infantry, support weapons. Panther would be helpful as the armor. So with the Yak Panther, the Panther would also be slightly good as the infantry. At least useful. Panther finding out here with Jackson and Sherman. Taking a few hits here. Noting he's finding high explosive rounds to the command Panthers. So obviously that Sherman's not going to help there, but I'm guessing DevM just doesn't really particularly care. Command Panther down to half field, so Jackson 8 rounds just too heavy damage. Calliope's firing down more rockets, 10 kills. Got the forces holding up in the north. There you go, Sherman moving in. Could take them out in the retreat if he tries to escape. Panzer on the way there for VonAsten. And the Panzer lane there you go. We could see a wipe. There we go. Full Scunity is wiped. 46 kills in the Sherman. Going here for the mechanized regiment. Again, almost got it. Almost got it. One more hit and VonAsten's mechanized regiment is gonna be kaput. Bit of a blow there. Seizing the northern point, air recons out there for DevM again. Command Panther close to Veteran 3, though that's going to be helpful there for VonAsten once he gets the Panther 4 out, since that Panther 4 is going to be functioning notably better. Using the Schwer Panzer course here for anti-aircraft fire with his 30mm flak. Fun fact, they actually also had a 50mm flak, but they were produced in very low numbers, and it turns out they weren't really good because they had really high recoil, which apparently made them not very good. But there were some that apparently were used to the end of the war. Command Panther again to get Jackson backed up with full gun leads. Very close to the ace level. Panther falling northwards here to back up the full there as the machine gun positions. Pin my machine down there. Very good by VonAsten. Grenades off here. Showing they're dealing heavy damage for 9 kills. Getting flanking with the Kednaffer. Things are getting very intense again as VonAsten is up for a fresh series of assaults. Jackson there with Veterancy 3. Command Panther's going to need repairs. Panther moving from the north here. Need to be careful not to extend though. 109 versus 321. DevM and the 1st Armored Division continue to hold quite well here versus the Krauts. Fixing up the Command Panther. Directly up with the Jackson and the Panther 4. Half health. In fact, less than half health. Just when you head here, Command Panther almost good to go. Full Grenadier advancing. Grenade assault here to flash out the echelons. Not the way he's throwing there, he's hoping to bait them into the grenade on retreat, and kind of works out. Lively barrage here to deal with the firing up wave here of the infantry assault there. The girl support being caught in a rain of rockets and death, leaving VonAsten forced to retreat. Up north, Panther Folders moving in with machine gun support to deal with the return there. 75 points left for VonAsten. Certainly has to get aggressive. He has to risk a bit more, which of course is where DevM could hurt VonAsten quite badly. Command Panther in here. Oh, could catch if DevM Southern forces a bit off guard since they got no nearby anti-tank weapons. The Jackson when he received the command he can't support. And the Sherman is still firing Harksford rounds, forcing DevM from one sec to switch over to armor piercing rounds. Command Panther there, Veteran 3 by the way, close to Veteran 4. Very close to Veteran 4. Jackson moving in there with the HVAC rounds, shooting through the Command Panther's armor with ease. Another hit there. Assault up north with bazooka teams and 50 calibers there. Steering Pioneers Panther 4 nearby. Nice hit there, a bit too bunched up. There's the close around the corner. 7 kills on the Panther 4. Could gain some more easy kills. Steering Pioneers yawning in there. Of course, Veteran 3, close to Veteran 4. There you go. Reactions are being absolutely shredded. We could see a wipe here, and there we go. Veteran 4 on the Steering Pioneers all very good there for DevM. I mean, VonAsten not good for DevM. Quite the opposite of good. We got strafing runs in the center here, meaning DevM is in fact now going for a full doctrinal bingo on Tactical Support Company. BINGO with every single doctrinal abilities. Nice. MD-34 there, hammering away the Americans. Then I've got the Sherman there charging in once more. Grenade assault here, of course, is not going to scare off the Sherman whatsoever. DevM committing to a second Jackson tank, so he'll deal with the Panther most likely. Jackson a nice hit there on the Panther 4. Panther there by the Veteran 4 now. We got air recons again. Panther moving heavy backed up with the machine gun. Nice hit in the Sherman. Need to get that Command Panther out before the Jackson fence to knock it out of the war. Command here again, here to deal with the support weapons. Panther 4 charging into the north here, backed up with the Command Panther, of course, taking advantage of the bonuses, including the higher rate of fire and range. So it does need the range, and there you go. Takes out DevM's Ace Jackson. We still got some bazooka teams nearby. That is a spectacular blow there by VonAsten, leaving DevM in a slightly more prickly position. Command Panther halfway to Veteran 5 and the Ace level. An absolutely outstanding match. I mean, a Sherman with 53 kills. How often do you see that? Not very often. Most of the infantry vessels by now, by the way, have been wiped out. 55 versus 312. VonAsten needs to get quite aggressive again soon. He's bringing up the second Panther, which will put him in 3 tanks, which then with a proper infantry assault could possibly regain some ground here versus DevM. But it's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close. Panther 4, Panther being repaired. He could do with more Sturm Pioneers. Grenade assault here against the 5th cap. Oh dear. And wiped. Bit of win there for VonAsten. DevM is down to now just 4 machine guns. Again, we really had a lot of machine guns this match. Panther being fixed up. We got more air recons here for DevM. He absolutely loves it. He just wants to know what VonAsten is doing. Jackson using it to sneak up into the base and take a direct hit here at VonAsten's armor inside the base. The absolutely brass balls there on DevM. Aircraft shot down. Second Panzer IV ready, but still needs to repair his armor here. Folks moving forward. We've got 41 points left here versus DevM's 312. Finding around the fuel point here as DevM sneaks northwards there to put the final nail in VonAsten's coffin, possibly. Though he could, I think, he made a harder push here. But I think he's a bit too worried about a main push here for the center, so he's leaving most of his forces there on standby, and he's lacking infantry, so he can't actually easily just grab the last victory point. That way, you know, perhaps bleed out VonAsten's remaining victory points. That does work possibly out in the favor here of VonAsten, particularly also doing an assault, since that means there's also going to be less stuff to trip up his tanks. So there's certainly some potential there for VonAsten. And again, it does highlight just a slight flaw here in DevM's force composition. He might need some more reasons, at least with bazookas or something. Sherman there with 53 kills, hammering away the German infantry and support, 54 kills. 25 kills, and there you go. Sherman, Panther, taking heavy hits from the Panther and the Panther IV. All backed up, of course, here by the Command Panther. Close to the ace level, there you go. Panther IVs again using the Command Aura, are landing accurate and rapid firing hits against the Jackson. Down to half health, Panther Johnson as well. Almost got the Jackson tank destroyer. Also working on him. Oh, that's not Mark B. But there you go. Panther 4 takes out Vichy 2. Big armored assault here, completely overwhelming DevM's defenses. No mines, by the way, laid down by all those reactions he had at any point there, making it easier for VonAsten to push through. Bazooka team, though, taking out one of the Panzer IVs, but still no one to go. And of course, we got the almost ace level Command Panther. DevM's forces, though, meanwhile, are getting absolutely torn apart. As VonAsten just charged through there, Panther IV with 16 kills, Command Panther 18, machine gun crew wiped out. Folks, from that support, we got air support called in to break up the infantry at the very least. 12 versus 312. Steel punching up, backing up with the MB-54 here. More bazooka find the Panther IV. Panther looking to crash them, Panther IV as well. Oh, getting a few crashes there, but not quite working out here. Can he stop them? Oh, close one. Another tank shot for DevM, but now he's lost most of his infantry and support weapons. He's down to just a VonAsten squad and a 50 caliber. And that along with the Jackson, a Calliope and an ambulance. Notice why I pulled the ambulance a bit further back due to incidents with the previous two. VonAsten quickly got repairing what he's got. They're moving up a single unit to help defend the northern reach point in case DevM tries to pull off a mad dash rush there, which of course makes sense. VonAsten is slowly looking to spread out. Not too fast either, but at the same time, he needs more ground versus DevM just to, get more victory points under his control and also just deny DevM more resources. He can't easily bounce back. Got a Sherman on the way there. Panther follows the Jackson, eventually free gained. Panther went down south to deal with the 5th cavalry there. Panther went northward to deal with the Jackson. Until firing in the Calliope and the support weapons. Almost taking out the veteran 4 5th cavalry about to go down into the Panther 4. 21 killed. They got in the open. And wiped. Meaning DevM's down to just the rear echelons now. And some vehicles. That has been quite a turnaround there. A comeback of epic proportion there. VonAsten is down to 6 victory points versus DevM's 301. He now has a ace level Command Panther with 21 kills. Going for the center one there. VonAsten can't really afford to lose much, so of course he has to quickly counter. There you go. Takes out the Jackson, leaving DevM now with just the Sherman, a bazooka team, the Calliope, and the ambulance. DevM though seems to continue to fight again. He's got his opponent down to 6 if he theoretically have a shot there, but the question is, will it be sufficient? Will it be enough? Heading down with the lone Sherman to the south. Panther 4 moving up. We got the Calliope moving in. More variations there for DevM. Probably should have gone for some more sooner. Panther 4 shoots, bounces off the Sherman's armor. A bit of light there for DevM.
Rear echelon troops on the front line.
5th Cavalry crewed. Bazooka teaming up with Panther 4. Then asked to work their north side, seeing absolutely no action. Again, DevM is just focused on the centre south here. Going to make the breakthrough he needs. 269 versus 6. Panther going in there. We got coordinated fire. We got the Command Panther blitzing in there again. Ace level Command Panther blitzing in there with Command. If I takes out the Calliope. Bit of a blow there to DevM. And there we go. Almost got the Sherman as well. Pants for the Rafts on the scene and takes that one out. Leaving DevM now with just 2 reaction teams with bazookas and an ambulance. At this stage, I think it is safe to say it is GG. DevM has no more chances of winning this unless VonAsten solves a heart attack. And there we go. GG, game over. Victory for VonAsten. Absolutely spectacular and bloody fight right here on Faymonville Approach here with some interesting strategies, some unique ones, rarely used doctrines, armored clashes, and who knows what. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links are in the video description. Every dollar allows me to keep doing this day after day, so do consider. This is Imperial Linking. Cheers, thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.